Hello everyone, my name is Zakaro. Welcome again to another recorded VOD for League Zero. This will be Plat Chat versus One Trick Wonders, and your caster for the day will be 360 No Scope coming to you from a phone.
Yeah, oh man, this is the absolute worst situation. I was already getting ready for my first cast, but as it turns out, my power decided to die on me, so now I'm using cellular data and my headphones, and hopefully I can be the only one really scuffed here. I think these two teams coming together, Plat Chat and One Trick Wonders, could put together a good show because, they've all been indoors recently. They have time to practice and go at it. So here we go. We're starting on Nepal.
Traveling
Yep.
to Nepal.
And again, the 3CP, or excuse me,
Initiate
Key in the Hill game mode. One of my favorite, everyone's favorite. You get these really awesome first fights that are quick, fast-paced, especially with no ultimates. And then you don't really have to push an objective. You don't have to worry much about positioning. It's how do you hold certain choke points, and how do you keep them. So I think that this can go well. So
ready for battle.
here we go. So Vaporeon is Plat Chat?
Yes,
Right?
Plat Chat is in the blue, and
Plat Chat.
One Trick Wonders is in the red. Currently
Alright.
seeing a very interesting comp on One Trick Wonders, though they could just be flashing that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't put too much stock into what people meme out at first. You know,
Five, four,
okay, we're getting back to the Rhine Diva. Very typical of any composition, and Baptiste these days is a linchpin because of just how powerful all his abilities are. But we are going to see some in the front heavy, brawling Reinhardts. Plus, the main difference being what these DPS are, because you've got a jump trap and Torbjorn who can play off of spacing and you stay far back, but it doesn't matter because look at this, Plat Chat wants to get in and they're doing the damage. Look at that, just overextension, quick catches, very good job. Honestly, by the side of Plat Chat's Anna, being able to put a huge nade down, put pressure, Torbjorn cleaning up the kills. Like, get a reset. So, first fight one. Let's see how they set this up because I want to see where they place their Torb current, where Torb himself goes. You see it behind the little pillar back there. It's got some cover. I think he gets some decent shots. Now One Trick Wonders coming from the high ground. They will have to drop down. They've gotten the freeze, so it gives him an advantage when they're ready to dive. Repeat is coming in. Oh, Alpha! A little bit of trouble, and there it is. No, you take it down. The front line is gone. Immortality kills is letting everyone push it up to the side of One Trick Wonders. Now it's just a matter of time before everyone else goes down. The supports are appealing for each other, trying to keep Plat Chat on the point for as long as possible, but it's just not enough as the timer will go over 43%, 40. And that is time to survive there this fight. So, one fight though. They had one fight, and Plat Chat had 48%. That's decent, all things considered. You've got both your support ults coming back, a Shatter and a Molten Core. In fact, you're looking at 5 ults, so this could be a very bloody fight. But you look on the other side, One Trick Wonders will. If an ult's a trick, you got 5. A little bit more than that. So this could be a very bloody battle for them. That one-time Shatter right into the shield. And instead, look at that, that's the Reinhardt down. Here we go. White popping in, just using his ability, trying to punch down Doomfist. Doomfist is so low. Then we get a catch from Alpha. He's taking down the punch one KTL, or K10, down. All of One Trick Wonders just on the floor. Good job, honestly. Advantage of the space that was there. Really capitalizing on the fact that,
They didn't even have to use any ults. They still have them all.
Yeah, they basically just got the one pick and said, hey, we don't need to do anything else. Don't press Q, play discipline. Really push. So, use the advantage that you have, and if it's a man advantage, all the better. Oh, first of this is solo. He forced out the Transcendence. That's huge. Maybe One Trick Wonders can try to push off the but now they're throwing the bomb. Doesn't catch anyone. No, they've caught Rhino. That's the trade. I think they went off the map. Yeah, they did. So Rhino's out of the fight. All of their face takes the damage. Bomb. First goes the Molten Core. DPS is finding picks. Victoria now trying to focus down K10. He's gonna get stunned and flashbang. He's still going down very low. He's got a lot of space on the point. for the rest of his team. Now repeat coming in, punching in down Anna. So low, not a lot of healing. All we have left is battle. He's up the mortality for punch. Huge shatter puts the Reinhardt on the floor. Oh, great job by Plat Chat. Still holding the point. I don't think there's anything they can do right now. Stop Calder. Using a great timing. This should be the first point going over the Plat Chat.
This.
It's time.
Bad hell.
1.
And you really saw there was an attempt there to make Junkrat work. They realized they couldn't do it. They needed to counter out Doomfist. So we saw Alpha Omega switch on to the 3, and I think that was a key pick. Stopped repeat that slowed him down, and being able to do long range damage, getting crucial picks onto K10 or KTO. Excuse me. Really good job at that. But now, where the compositions go?
5.
Vaporeon going for
3.
the off-tank Orisa.
1.
This is a composition, we've seen it a bit.
Capture your
Lost some popularity, but it still can be powerful. Just the amount of utility that Orisa can provide. Another shield is always helpful, as we all know all too well. Pulse incredibly powerful. And just when you're brawling on the front like this, you get to have some extra damage that Anti-Crystal may not have. But oh, look at that repeat! How did he get away with that? That was just cheeky. Just punching in, Vaporeon's down and dead. Now you can't even fight this point. You get to sit back. Wonder, well, that's a heck of a pick. So now how do you line this up? Because you're not gonna have many good places to put your board burn unless you get into the thick of the fight. Maybe have it thrown down where people just don't realize. But oh, look at that! A pick in the back line. Return pays. Great job. That means there's gonna be less healing. Baptiste and an anti-nade! Huge hits, 3 people! What is that? Anna, absolute MVP! And now the rest of the team patch have to capitalize. Forcing everyone down in the corner. Okay, fine. Zerpace. Oh, you're taken down, but it's okay because you did all the work for your team. You got the opening pick. You used your anti-nade to perfection. That was all in the end of there. The rest of his team was able to follow up properly, and that's what you want to see from a take like that. So now, we do have some problems. Repeat is good for busting in the door. The KTO needs space, and they're getting some. Gonna go to the high ground, take down the port turret. Start firing from above. Vaporeon is gonna get caught out. Yeah, he is. And out of the fight, he's the first person gone. And now with the off tank just dead, there's no real pressure on any of the supports. Oh, Shatter! That could be their ticket into it. Watch out, want to win it. But look at this. That was a huge. Another Shatter in return. Molten Core on the floor, trying to separate the two teams. The tanks are all down, but wow, what even happened there? It was just an absolute clown fiesta. Great job by Torbjorn for keeping the rest of One Trick Wonders from touching the point, and an impression of Shatter from Night. No you. Sends one for that. So another long setup. Let's see how they're gonna take this. They're gonna go straight for. Oh, they're gonna go right. They want to go underneath. They're gonna go underneath, drop down, and take the fight there. Maybe repeat now on May. He's good for these close range fight. There's the dragons. Does he catch anyone? No. Bomb gets one. Alpha Omega's down, and it's done a lot of utility damage too. So the tanks here doing the work. One Trick should be able to keep itself up for just a bit longer. Extend this map out. We're on 30%. So we've got 70 seconds until they can get a map win. And they're fighting for their lives now because of one lost fight is it. And that's all it'll take for the Plat chat to take them out. So now, how do you want to attack this? Because if you're a Plat chat, you have ultimates. You're sitting on a Diva Bomb, Deadeye. Just a man matrix. So use it to be somewhat aggressive. If you've got open spaces like this, and they think they do, they're going to commit a lot. Deadeye blocked off by the wall. Maybe they can try and bring it down, but Transcendence is forced. So for now, it's just kind of a stalemate game. Now they're going in. Here's the attack. Oh, huge. Ryan's taking down the anti-nade yet again. Doing so much damage, securing the kills. And all 6 are dead. There's the Team King kill bell ringing out. With that graphic, the cinematic, Plat chat will win again. Take that, Jane, as we go on.
Play of the game.
Really getting in. Lots of healing. Yeah, just that bulk healing. Doing a lot. And securing the kill. Alright. So we see that a lot. But still, I think a lot of that was just really good execution. The side of Plat Chat really coming together, waiting for their key ultimates, or excuse me, not ultimate abilities. And when they find an opening, using it.
My apologies. I am dumb and hit leave game instead of go back to lobby because I have
It's
no
okay.
I have no words, honestly.
Well, I mean, stuff happens. We'll stare at the goal area screen. Listen to the sounds of the Overwatch main menu. So, in all honesty, things have worked out pretty well for Plat Chat. They've got the 2-0. Let's see, what map are we going to next? Yes, One Trick Wonders do get the map pick. Where do they want to go? What do we have some substitutions?
That is the question, whether or not they will be heading to Volskaya.
Volskaya, alright. So, we've got a 2 CP map. This is One Trick Wonders map pick. So, you know, it's interesting when you really go for these 2 CP map picks, because it oftentimes means that you have a strat, set positions, you're well versed on that map, more so than pretty much any other map type. Because you have consistent choke points and you're always going to be fighting over a specific objective, you know where the fights are going to happen. It's not necessarily craziness like you can get on your hybrid or escort maps where, oh, well, you can have the fight anywhere as long as the cart's in, as long as there's a cart to fight over, you're going to fight over it. No, here, you have to fight over the point. You have to go through these certain chokes, and there's only so many ways to do it. So I'm really looking to see what One Trick Wonders can do from their gameplay planning perspective. What do they have planned? What do they have up their sleeve? And what else can they
and
pull
it
out?
could be really rough to try and break some of these defenses without a Lucio, because Lucio is one of our banned heroes this weekend.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about those bans. So can you give me a list?
So the
Little bit
bans
everyone's.
this week are based off the last week of Overwatch League play bans. So they are Winston, Sombra, Soldier, and Lucio. So probably the biggest one is that Lucio.
Yeah, by far the biggest one there is Lucio. And you don't see a ton of Monkey on Volskaya to begin with. He can be useful, but not really. It is just that. It is really just that Lucio. Sometimes it's interesting because you do see quite a lot of Sombra on Volskaya, because she's very good at breaking open a specific defense and bringing it and just kind of stopping some cheese. Just because
That is very true. I have also seen Sombra run many times where she'll just set up in the big health pack room and have the rest of her team hang out there as well. So if you've lost the first checkpoint, if you've lost the first hold, you can just go ahead and for the rest of that first point, you can have that room as a backup and a really strong defensive point.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you have a lot of health packs to hack, and they're in very good locations, and it does help really open up defenses and potentially just anchor them as well, because it's a fight-winning ultimate. But on the average, in your average everyday push, you are right. It's Lucio that's the most impactful, that can get you through good choke points, that really just gives you not necessarily room for error, but windows of opportunities that wouldn't be there, because when you're able to go faster than normal, you speed onto opponents, you basically can be where you wouldn't be without a Lucio. Lucio gets you places.
Exactly.
Lucio's Enterprise.
And
He'll pick you up.
especially even if the defending team loses one member, that's a long way to respawn, and they can't just send a Lucio back to go pick him up if they win the fight anyways.
Yeah, no, you can't. That's just not gonna happen. So, respawn timers are just a little bit longer. I guess not respawn timers. Staggers are a little bit longer. Pushes are slowed. And, well, I would say that, sometimes your composition can be a little bit on ice, but there's ice on this map, and everyone's going to be on thin ice.
That is very true.
So yeah, how do you feel about this Ashe? Because I don't know if Repeat's going to run it. We've seen him flex to a couple of heroes, mainly the Doomfist. Ashe is a weird pick.
I guess I don't know for sure myself. I do know that last week I saw a very strong use of Ashe. He's going to be swapping back to the Symmetra actually, but I do know last week I saw a very strong use of Ashe in Intermediate, which might have inspired that, or he could just be memeing around. In any case, he's on to the Symmetra now, so I'm assuming that we're going to see the usual Symmetra trying to teleport straight to point, or actually no, I believe they're probably going to teleport.
They look like they're ready to teleport, but they put in the balls. Like, normally you don't want to give away any semblance of the fact that you're here. But I guess they're just going to go for it. Everyone's gone and away. And this can be a problem. Are they going to go back?
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, 2,000 IQ. Teleport. Give them presence. Give them presence and come back. But I don't know how much this works because the defense is already set. The Torp Current was already there, and all of your plans just crumbling away because Legally Bop placed a turret. He can hit some shots, and oh, dude, look at that. That turn is the MVP.
Very true.
So, the Vaporeon is staggered. We've got a 4-second rocket booster cooldown. A little bit longer than it once was. So this is an opportunity. If they can really push in, and Repeat is looking for that opportunity. He's gonna focus down this turret. Now where is he going to go? Who's the next focus? Because they've got a foothold in. They're dropping a mortality field. That's resources used before they can even really start this fight. So Repeat, he's getting in. There's a shatter. Only catches one. Torbjorn's on the ground and dead, but instead Reinhardt will trade his life for it with both tanks out of the fight for one trick. It's not looking good. Repeat. Maybe he's gonna punch in and just charge into Reinhardt and die immediately. So decent effort. They are getting staggered kills. In a long game, maybe this can be worth it. But for now, as long as you don't keep trickling, you should be okay.
So, Anti-Chris will have her push very far up, but the rest of One Trick is pushing up as well, while Plat is unable to get their members back in time.
Not you, no. Yeah, no, but no, you just was caught out of position. They were focused so much on the team that they didn't actually come together, and that's exactly what I was talking about. You don't have all the members back. You have faster respawns. And now the point is secure. That was their window of opportunity. They needed to kill an Crystal, and you need to kill him quickly, because if not, exactly this happens. You get forward aggressive plays. Alpha Omega throwing his life at the point. It's not going to matter. We will see One Trick with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock to take the second point.
However, I highly doubt that they're going to be able to snowball this. Plat does have 4 ultimates in the bank to stop them, and they've only got 3 themselves, plus coming up on Meteor Strike.
Well, see, you don't really have anything that wins a fight immediately. Shatter can, but it's very inconsistent, and with Ryan being dead, your push is gone. But it's very hard to just say, okay, let's try to snowball with your ultimates, especially with what you have, because you think about it. Diva Bomb, very inconsistent. Shatter depends on if you can mind game someone out, maybe get some help, but for the most part, maybe I'd say third or a fourth of shatters that you get can win a fight. Deadeye's Deadeye. Yeah, there's just not a lot that just snowballs into just complete fight wins, but sometimes an anti-nade can snowball into a fight win because you get one pick and turn it back. Doomfist is on the floor, isn't able to get taken down. The sleep didn't matter. This is a window of opportunity to get into the fight with the Doomfist down, and you really have to rely on PPO to really push forward. Vaporeon's back in his mech, still holding on quite strongly, and because there's no real contest, the respawn again is being reset. Bomb's about to go off. Who does it catch? It's got two! Vaporeon with actually 3 kills by himself. And now that should be it. That should secure the point. They've got their foothold. Now it's just a matter of time. Just stalling right now. And there it is. So 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on in the time bank. One trick. Wonders is sitting pretty pretty.
They are. Plat Chat was caught out of position. They were able to get the nice anti-off, but Repeat was able to go and then assassinate the Ana, and with that lack of healing, that really started turning the tide back in the favor for One Trick. And as well, Ryan actually isn't that slow. He's able to charge back and get back quickly enough that he's able to continue to keep fighting, and with the length of that fight, the lack of a Lucio wasn't too much of a detriment. They also didn't lose any of their slower members like their supports or their DPS, compared to just losing, a tank or two that have very impactful and quick movement abilities to get back to a fight.
Well, and even when they did lose the DPS, exactly that, they lost their Doomfist, who punches right back into the fight in a matter of seconds. In fact, he's currently the most mobile hero in the game.
Very true. About the only person who can get back to a fight faster would be Hammond, or maybe a Primal Winston.
Oh, no. Actually, Primal Winston would do it, yeah. But I was thinking Echo.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I mean, Echo is just insane fast.
Especially if you bunny hop.
Yeah, you've got some really good mechanics there, and Echo's definitely an interesting fighter, but she's neither here nor there because, well,
she's not here.
She's definitely not here. She's there. She's there. There is the PPR.
But Vaporeon going in with the Zarya, that's an interesting choice.
Yeah, well, he's waiting. He wants his right. There. And that's kind of started. This is the important thing. This is the advantage that you get from Zarya, because you get to build up a charge. You should be able to hit on. Oh, that's a brutal fight. Alpha Omega taking good positioning. And Repeat doing his darndest to try to keep Alpha off of it. Both DPS are now gone. It's going to have to be a rethought fight.
They do have the window of opportunity while Anti is out of his mech, however.
They do, but it's very small. And it's always a problem because you look at that. See, he got 2 shots, and now he's up to 70%. So, unless they can find a way to just instantly kill him.
Which they do!
Oh, they do! They find a way to instantly kill him! Alright, well, there's the caster curse. But you know what? I think that right now, Plat Chat will take it. Alpha Omega can come again. You can't do this. Repeat doing a very good job at keeping people off from the side. He has the high ground, waiting to drop down. And there he goes. Look, he's got one. Unable to finish the kill off. So, Bob in trouble. He's about help, but here's no you. He's pushing forward. He's waiting for a shatter. His Q finger is very, very itchy. He's just waiting for it. There's a grass running on the other side. What's he gonna do? He's gonna use that huge shatter. Seeker didn't even get a kill off of it. No, instead, KTO doing a great job of DPS, picking people off from the sides, all these different angles. And yes, the tank line stood strong for so long, but your support, your backline fell behind you. And when you lose support, you can't stay going for forever.
Yeah, that was just somewhat of a mistimed shatter. Like, yeah, Grav was almost over, but he had a couple more seconds, and it didn't. And Trance was still up for another good, like 3 or 4 seconds, which just negated everything that you could have done.
Right, then what are you gonna do? You're gonna charge? Okay, well Zen will just block you, and you put a Transig Zen into a wall. Good job. And the problem is now, you look at the ultimates that are there, you could have waited for just a bit longer, paired it up with a Tire or a Dragon Strike, but instead now you have to use them on their own, and Dragon Strike by itself is a very sad ultimate.
That is very true.
So, where are these advantages being gained? Right side once again, APO taking high ground. There's a Tire, catches 2, and that should be a decent impact. This is time to go in, but you've got to put pressure onto Ryan. There it is. Now, Ryan down. Punch the deal with all that's left is just on the McCree. McCree is some support for him. How is he just trans up again? How much damage is he doing? Bomb thrown up in the air in desperation. Shouldn't catch anyone, and it doesn't. So, you've got both supports, and Adiva's still on point.
But they're just ignoring the Zen way in the back.
Yeah, they are.
The
So I guess...
and then they solo grab him.
Oh no, you can't do that. Oh.
They must be planning to switch.
Then don't be so far aggressive, I guess. Let's see, are they gonna switch?
10 seconds.
Still here.
They're not?
They're not switching.
Alright.
So you...
Guess they didn't need that grab.
I guess they just really didn't like Zen.
No.
Oh, this is really huge. If they can find Doomfist, like now... No, they can't. Finally, enough time to wait for the defense to get set up. Bop in some trouble, but Bink is able to take down Anti-Crystal out of his mech. Now this could be a disaster. Look at that, both tanks are gone. Bop thrown and punched into the wall. Return it, DPS, but any trade that they can get, they're not trading at all right now. Right now, the
They're just straight rolling. They don't have much here on the one side of one trick.
Oh, did he get... Okay, yeah. One support's down, and that's huge because it's about Baptiste. Yes, there's Anna who can deal massive amounts of healing. Find Anna, do something. No, kills are just flat. 3 back to back to back. Deadeye throwing Moira into the
going across the
wall.
middle of the point.
Yeah, nothing you can do. That should be it.
Round 2.
Extra innings.
Score
But they will finish slower.
2-2.
They will. But I think, given the difference is 45 seconds, that's 1, maybe 2 fights.
Initiating
That's very true, especially without the Lucio. That isn't as much
Right.
time as you would normally have.
Well, it's really less about this Lucio and more about the first point defense. Because both
That's
teams
also
struggled a little bit with their first point defense. The second point was much faster for both teams. Yeah, I think One Trick Wonders had 1 to 2 fights that they lost
ready for
in
battle.
their point B take, but overall it was still much faster than their point A take.
That's very true. However, their point A take was a lot faster than Plat Chat's.
Yep.
Attackers
Yeah, it definitely was. Plat Chats had, what, 30 seconds left? Something around there?
Yeah.
Before
give
they
or
were
take.
even able to start looking at point B. So what that means here is that pretty much all of their time is, well, time bank time, right?
Yep,
They-
all
they
the
just-
time bank is going to be focused probably here on this point right now. If they take it, great. But if they don't, you're looking at draw at best.
3, 2.
Yeah, so
Attackers incoming.
either way,
Defend
Plat Chat have to execute here on their attack. They've got 2 minutes to do it, and what do they want to come out with? Ryan Zarya, we've seen them do this before, but what's new is Reaper. That could be the key thing here because he gets in close and he really starts to deal with these tanks, and instead of trying to play around all these fancy angles, you just get to get into the back. Oh, he's going for the backline, he's going for the retreat. He is unable to get the kill, just barely. The retreat would have been huge, but instead, Plat Chat just walking backwards. Hold
Alpha
S.
Omega is able to get KTO, however. They're not backing off.
I think this is still such a risky fight to take. I think what they're going to do is just wait a little bit for Reaper to come back and then go. If someone overextends, yeah, push them. But once they get Reaper back, now it's time. Now, it is
Alpha
time.
Omega gets the
Alpha
beat as
Omega
well.
with 2!
No DPS.
Yeah, there's nothing here. It's all gone. All resources thrown into Nanoverse to shatter. They know what they can use. They're going to take this point.
And they're going to
Tyler,
have
either...
pretty much just
What?
the Deadeye and then maybe Grav for this next fight,
They should have
this
a
next
grab.
point.
Yeah, but they've got a minute and 15 seconds to take this next point. So if they die quickly, they can come back.
Very
But
true.
otherwise, they're in trouble. Look
Oh,
at the
but
other
if they
side.
even get one tick on this point, they've guaranteed that the map won't be a draw at the very least.
60 seconds.
Whether it be a win
Well-
is still up for debate, and up for
I
them
mean,
to
even just
find.
getting-
Ooh.
Even just taking 1 point at this point is a victory. Oh, repeat, can they catch him? They can't.
Oh,
the
no,
shatter!
big
It's
shatter.
the distraction play! Oh, use the Doomfist to just force Wine out of the... Even if he comes in and charges,
The only
going
thing
to
they
be a
can,
kill.
the only thing they can like about that fight is that they didn't use any ultimates.
Yeah, that's very true. It's 30 seconds,
remaining.
which means that there will be enough time to touch. There will be enough time to get back into this fight, and really they have to deal with the Diva Bomb, an Amp Matrix, and a Transcendence. What do they have on their own? They've got a Deadeye, they've got a Graviton Surge, and potentially a Death Blossom. We know how impactful all of these ultimates are left unchecked. Anti-Crystal coming in, he's got his bomb, he's doing massive damage on the Novice.
And he eats the Grav.
Yo, oh, Grav is gone! That's huge! Bomb thrown in
A
there!
huge
Catch it!
bomb!
Four!
Anti-Crystal.
5! I can't count! Anti-Crystal getting 6 people! Literally 6 kills! What? What?
Score.
He broke my mind. First I can't count,
Switching sides.
then he eats a Grav, and then wait, I'm getting my order. Holy, what? He is messing with me so much that I can't even recall actions that happened 20 seconds ago. Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out. He destroys the immortality field. He eats a Grav, kills 5 people with this bomb, and then melees the last person.
Indeed, he does.
What more can you ask from one person? What more?
What else would you like him to do?
Ready for battle.
What a play. Wow. Alright, well, capping that stellar hold of the B point off
Incoming in
is
30
going to be this
seconds.
last attacking round, and One Trick Wonders, that honestly gave them a very good opening here.
Very true.
Because they still have to get point A. But if they can get that, they're looking at a win, at least a draw. But again,
Certainly.
all options are on the card. In the cards here, they can lose, they can win, and they can draw.
5,
We'll have to see if this, once again, Flashhead's defense is quite a bit different, and they do have to be careful, especially of the Orisa and that turret they've got set up behind.
Yeah, well, right now, seeing the comps, where do you go? Win, loss, draw. No, okay, not gonna happen. All right, well, let's see though. It's an attempt to catch Zen. Look at that. They're focusing him down. He's so low. 60%.
But oh, they get Vaporeon.
Oh, it was such an aggressive play. High risk, high reward. But instead, you just get the risk as they point is taking. There's
Snake goes down, but so does no you. There's no Rhines.
Yeah, there are no Ryans, and this is still a brutal back and forth trade because no one really knows the angle where they can go.
Alpha
Amp
Mega gets
Matrix
KTO.
Yeah, no, that's
They
huge.
have control of the point for now.
Yeah, and another one. But Alpha Omega finally punched down to the ground, but yes,
Back and forth. Molten Core coming out on the point.
Oh,
He's
this
taken
is
down, but
brutal.
he takes down his support as well.
Yeah, Diva's in the corner and should be able to get caught very soon. First base can't really push the rest of the team, even though Ryan's back. Teammates are just already dead. Point is being contested. Diva's all so purple and is 1 HP, but will survive. And with that, JTO finding
Going
an
back and
opening the
forth.
point
No
with
you
Ryan.
gets the sneaky snake.
Yeah, then
He
he's
goes
still
out
holding
for a
on.
kill.
But no, this is only a matter of time. Blackshot will be taken down. Diva's thrown up in the air, taking her off the point.
It's just how long can they hold out on this? And Iggledy just trying to stall it out a little bit longer, build a little bit more of that ult.
Yeah.
Force the trans.
I mean, trans being forced is incredibly impactful because you won't have it for this next fight. And while this is pretty much a guaranteed fight won, at least for the side of One Trick Wonders,
Now they need to make sure they don't get staggered. Smart use of the immortality field. I think that's pretty much needed. But oh, he's just going in. He's tossing the bomb straight on in. He's forced to. Oh, a big counter slam. It's going back and forth
nice,
here.
great job. Yeah, no, Alpha Omega with the Deadite here.
I do from the other end, gets eaten by Victorion.
So,
Both mechs are down, Repeat is down as well. It looks like they won't be taking this fight. One Trick really tried to rush that fight.
by the way, can you hear me?
I can't.
Okay. Alright, well, 50 seconds. Oh, let's see if we can hear One Trick Wonders, because we've got to make some noise here. You've got literally you've got one ultimate. Meteor Strike. Meteor Strike, that's it. That's the only thing that you're realistically going to get in this fight, and you already have it. So, who can you catch?
Will you make this something more than a draw?
I don't know. We've got to see, but with that KTO, one kill immediate, Iggly immediately out of the fight. Ryan's gone though. Here's the Meteor Strike. What's it gonna catch? Anyone? Where's it going? Oh, nothing. No, you being so aggressive. Both supports are dead, and the push is just completely gone. This looks like the Cat's round to win, but they can't win it because it's a draw.
what a 2CP. Oh, and there's no players. Okay.
Play of the game.
And here it is again.
Oh, this is insane. Like, literally. So let's watch this. Where's the grab? It doesn't eat. Okay,
Didn't show
that's
the
not
grab.
the whole play. It didn't show him eating the grab. Huge bomb. Big bomb. That was a nuclear bomb. So,
Alright, well, with that map being a draw, things are same as before. So One Trick has map pick, and Plat Chat has side pick.
yeah. So, I talked a little bit about potentially the strats that could be saved here for One Trick Wonders, and I think that that's not really going to be. That's going to be a little bit difficult to really say, okay, how many prepared maps are you going to have in your back pocket? How many more can you keep going to? Because they had some ideas. They really did.
That's
But
very true.
it just comes down to how big is your map pool in general, because we're going to start getting into these hybrids and your escorts now. And
Yep. They want
Hollywood?
Jollywood.
Jollywood. They want Jollywood. Oh no.
They want to go
What
for
is
the
this?
first double draw in League Zero history.
Oh no, my voice can't take that. My poor little vocal cords. Well, if they're going to Jollywood, can we rename these teams? Who's gonna be Houston and who's Boston?
Huh. Well, neither
Alright,
of them
we're-
currently have the right color scheme, but
Yeah, I know, and I guess they're all with Defiant logos and Shock logos, so boring. But
yeah.
seriously though, if this game, we see another draw, I will not be very happy. I will be in my room tonight just doing voice exercises. It's like stretching after a tough workout.
Very true.
So when ready, all right. Everyone's typing R in the chat.
Yeah, that's an R from Plat Chat. We'll just gotta wait for One Trick to be ready to go. Yep, and they still do want defense.
See, defense is interesting because it really lets you react. When you have to go first with your attacking rounds, you really don't know what the other team's going to do. You don't know their set strats. All you do is just simply say, okay, we've got to focus on our attacking game and get there. Whereas when you attack second, you've got this little bug in your mind that says, okay, yeah, well, maybe we gave up part of the map, but we only need to get part of the way there. We don't need to get everything. And it really is a mental advantage when you're thinking, okay, well, we didn't necessarily full hold them, but we know where we stopped them, and we know where we need to get, just an inch further than that. Not
That's
even. It's a
very
centimeter. Overwatch counts in centimeter. So there is always that little bug in the back of your mind that tells you that. And we'll see how these defenses go because, as they said, it is Drawleywood for a reason.
That is very true. That first point is extremely hard to take that first time.
Yeah. But once it is, you really open up your points. You think about it, point B is one of, if not the most open point in all of Overwatch. There's so many sight lines.
Very true. Probably the only thing more open is Terrace B.
And even then, you still have more walls. You have more things in your way. Whereas in Hollywood, you can go pretty much wherever you want to go, as long as you can get to the top layers. Basically, pick a part of the map. It's a big square with with dividing lanes, right? Like, not a lot in your way. So.
And that's why it's a bit of a Widow playground.
Oh man, I'm a Widow one trick, and I sometimes play. Yeah, I play Widow, and sometimes I play DPS, but Hollywood Point B is one of my favorite just places to be because there's so many different angles, and especially when you can really get the ball rolling, you know where opposing Widows can come from their sideline. Even though it's a big open area, there aren't too many surprises, so you have these wide open aim duels. But you have to get through point A defense first, because that's where teams come up with their strats. We've seen Bastion come up over the years, and different teams will set up in different locations. With the introduction of Baptiste into this whole meta, you have an immortality field. I've seen some teams simply try to, at least on attack, utilize Bash to the I field combo. There's a lot that you can do. But
it's very true. And I wouldn't be shocked to see Plat Chat running the Torb again. They've already done it on 2CP, and this map has arguably a lot better places for the Torb turret.
That and Junkrat, because we've seen Alpha play it a lot.
That's very true.
And I think that if you have a good Junkrat on this map, it's a pretty obvious choke point. But no, he's gonna go with the McCree. Oh, actually, wait, we're still waiting. Oh no, he's on a 10 yet. So he's definitely playing McCree unless he wants to stop or roll back to spawn. But instead, he's rolling out. So take high ground. Not too much cheese here.
Once again running the Orisa, probably to go with, yep, turret. So they're just setting up turret and cafe. Nothing too
That's a better Bastion right there. That's a much better Bastion, because the Torb turret has 2 guns.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
And it almost never misses. So,
yeah, that's fair.
Almost. Alright, so Reaper McCree. Oh no.
Not quite the teleport he wanted, but the teleport he got.
Yep, it happens.
Gonna be
So
taking
interesting.
rotation all the way around.
Interesting position here. They do have to deal with some spam damage. I wonder how they want to deal with this right. Oh, but look at that! He's gonna get destroyed. Reaper, repeat. What happened, man?
You can't really afford to teleport just right up onto the ledge when they're all there.
No, you can't. But he went for the play.
Plat Chat, interestingly, not pushing them at all, just letting them have that position, and Repeat coming back now.
Well, see, you don't want to push anyone back, because if you try to push people, give up your own position. They think that they have a much better setup right here, because they can do things like that. An anti-nade that hits 3. Just constant pressure from the high ground. Don't give that up. Don't give them an even fight on the low ground, because if Reaper comes back in, well, Torb versus Reaper, when they're 2 feet apart, I'll take the Reaper. Versus now, look at that. Yiggity Bob. 3-4 kills in that fight, assisted by his turret, and he didn't have to move.
No,
So
you can tell he's been told, don't go too far past that corner, as much as he wants to just go in.
Yeah, this has been a great job from the the side of Plat Chat of being able to really control the high ground, but also keep a man on the point. Like, keep it moving. Oh.
Now they're using that chance to aggress. It's good thing back.
Can they catch anyone? Can they catch Anna? Oh, they caught no you, and that's still huge.
That's still huge. And now the positions have completely swapped, and that will be really rough. And he only doesn't die because of the high noon. The mortality. And Alpha Mega gets two, but he's got a Reaper on his back.
Yeah, he does. He had too much to do there. The kills came in a day late and $1 short, but it's okay because he's got a chance to redeem himself on the second one. I'm going to see the Will. Give me at least a Hanzo. Come on, please. Please. Oh, okay. No Hanzo either. Alright, well, point B, we still have McCree. A Reaper that is 1 HP. Look at me, I can run.
Hey.
So, I want to set up here because it's a lot harder to set up defenses on Point B Hollywood. There aren't
Very
many
true.
great choke points,
Interestingly,
especially
yeah, no, but they were keeping that turret. All this exclusive shield just exclusively to the turret.
yeah. Well, okay. Here's Repeat coming in. He cannot hit a shot to save his life. Instead, he can Wraith form out to save his life. So he's alive.
Alpha Omega gets
Alpha
Ziddish
Omega.
on the way out.
I mean that's just been the theme, right? Like the fight's over, Alpha Omega gets a kill or 2 or
Yep.
3.
But now Plat Chat looking at 6 ultimates.
Not yet, maybe. Now. There you go. There's the final check mark. Got all clean 6, and it wouldn't be inconceivable for One Trick Wonders to have all the same. So this could be a fight of fireworks, but immediately Bungu was down. Oh, right, he's 1 HP. He's still so low, and they're going to shatter right into him. No hesitation at all. Look at that. The amount of ults being thrown out by One Trick Wonders is kind of sad because they throw no bomb. They've used Transcendence, and what do they get for it? Nothing.
Well, they get Oodly Bob, who still hasn't used his Molten Core. But to be fair, that was 4 ultimates on the side of Plat Chat as well.
Exactly.
They did win out on that ultimate bank fight.
So I was going to say maybe it was a little bit undisciplined, but you see 2 things. First off, First Abyss switched off of Zen, so he no longer needs Transcendence. But then the other thing is that they with so many ultimates that they're going to be able to just throw in like this, Death Blossom doesn't catch into him, but support there from the rest of his team that does all the work. Oh, look at that. Anti-Crystal pushing people.
He's going for the flank play, getting low, but he's able to get Alpha Omega.
I mean, is it really a flank if you're shooting someone in the face? With 2 giant shotguns? So,
Now, Plat Chat kind of trapped in their own spawn here.
yeah, Anti-Crystal and kind
Or
of
does go
playing.
out, lands on the cart. Not doing a lot of damage though. The cart
Yeah,
has to stop.
really, Diva and Reaper did a very good job of just playing bouncer right there. Do not let Plat Chat through the door. Don't even let them. Don't even think about it. Let's move on to point C.
ATO already taking pot shots up front.
Yeah, and you look at where the ultimates are. You've got potentially 4 coming up in this fight for both sides. All coming in for the flanking attack, but not a ton of damage there.
Ooh, a nice spawn go right behind the walls. We'll be able to get a lot of damage out. Especially if Repeat decides to go on a flanking mission that doesn't end too well for him.
Yeah, and these kills actually don't matter. It doesn't matter who dies if the fight's already been won. If Plat Chat have won the fight, yeah, okay, you lose 1, 2, 3, even all of your members. It doesn't matter because you're trading back and forth. You can do so much different.
Slow bomb coming in. Fatal blocked up by Noyu, but now he has no barrier in. But Noyu, with a nice hammer, is immediately stopped by Sneaky Snake with his own hammer. But it's going back and forth here, but slowly, One Trick is winning out.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's still such a hesitant fight here. Because the further you push the card up, the less of an advantage you can get. If you go any further in the fights, you've got some problems in Anti-Crystal outside of his mech now. Yeah, they're pushing up at a high noon. Catching one should stop this push dead in its tracks.
Should it? Could, but it will it.
Yeah, they're
I
out.
think it finally will. Also, Omega will push them back. Anti-Crystal able to get back in the mech.
Yeah, well, we're looking at 45 seconds here for these last pushes. So unless everyone dies now, they are in one fight territory. And that's never a comforting thing to see. What's he got? He doesn't have the Death Blossom move. KTO, incredibly low. He's gonna get healed back up.
They're able to
Right
take out
now.
the turret.
Yeah, Platchamp doing a very good job here of playing from
again.
behind. Multiple blocking off the card. Yeah, and look at that. Very aggressive play. Trey's 1 point. He's gonna have to touch the side. You gotta deal with this silly little Torbjorn on the side. And even one catches too. How many of these can Anti-Crystal get? He's clutching out these end
And
rounds.
Bob's barely on the card in the end. More goes down. He goes down as well. And Alpha Omega comes back on that, immediately dies, and they will be completing the map with no time.
Yeah, no time, but they completed it. That's what matters. You've got a 3
Score
in your score column.
to 3.
1, 2, 3.
Switching sides.
And there's nothing better that you can do than 3. Other than 3 with more time on the clock.
Match.
But that's neither here nor there.
Well, I mean, the thing is, if Plat Chat completes with more than a minute, it's draw only for one trick.
Yeah, that is very possible. And then Drollywood would strike again.
That is very true. However, that does require Plat Chat to get past this chaos zone.
Yeah,
Ready for battle.
There's so much stuff on the ground.
but like what happened here?
Everything that was up here went out here.
I know, but like, oh no.
Attackers incoming in
This is what happened. So people were going to the store to buy their groceries. They're like, there's no more toilet paper. Today we riot.
Post-Corona Hollywood.
Oh no.
Now, very interesting comp coming out here from One Trick. They've got a Junkrat,
5,
Sigma,
4,
Mercy,
3,
and an Ash.
1.
Well, a damage boosted ash
Defend
lets you do one-shots.
Very true. And
But-
let me tell you, if you're hitting that dynamite, that is just so much ult charge. Blackjack.
It's something that I've never seen before. The offensive Junkrat on Hollywood, and I want to see how Alpha Omega uses this, because there aren't many places where you can get good value. You have to,
You know,
on
sometimes you just need to
level.
prove you're the better Junkrat.
I guess, but the high ground is such a big factor in Junkrat's play that I think you're going to have a very hard time. It's happens where it's all brawling on point, and that's exactly what's
everybody's
going to
made it.
happen. Yeah, no, not everybody. More specifically, though, the Ryan Anti-Crystal are kind of getting run over.
They leave
no
off gets
use
first pick.
swinging.
Mercy goes up.
Yeah, that.
Not able to get it.
It's
First
not
pick
gonna
goes down
matter.
as well. Gonna have to res that. Mana.
So,
That's 2 more down.
yeah, just kill after kill, and this hurts a lot. Because,
He gets slept, so he's not able to complete the slam.
oh, wow. So, okay. Oh, I'm getting cyberbullied.
Still a really stally fight. Almost
They're
to a
still
bomb.
stalling. I agree. Oh, could they
He
stall
wants it.
They
He
got
wants
one.
it.
They think they can do it. And you just need to kill one. He killed.
Bob.
You need to be able to kill Ash. They're gonna throw Bob out. They want so
Bob goes a
badly.
little bit too far back, but he's able to start doing damage onto No Use Shield.
There's no healing on this point at all whatsoever. So anyone and everyone that can get back on from the side of One Trick Wonders can't stall this point heavily.
They're not able to touch it in time.
No.
Stop the payload.
What
So-
a Interesting point. Still definitely goes in the favor of Plat Chat with a lot of time, but it was quite an interesting stall.
Yeah, so now that the Clown Fiesta is over, we're going to really see, because I want to see how these tires increase. Then that's,
Well, here comes one.
yeah, there's one of the tires.
He's waiting.
And
Going.
he's going. Oh! Strong tire. Very
Nasty.
strong. Yeah, so that push is now officially dead. Not gonna happen. And the cart's in the most unfortunate placement I've ever seen in my life. It's not super far up,
Yeah.
to where maybe you can like kind of go around or this or that or whatever, but it's also in the front. So
Yeah,
you
no,
can't just
they have
immediately use it as
possession
cover.
of this choke point.
So now we get to see this Repeat raining down damage and KTO using dynamite in tandem. So lots of AoE damage.
Noyu has no
Spam
shield.
coming through.
They have a lot of ultimates coming out. Oh, Slam comes down, gets the one. Camera comes down directly afterwards, falling in on Anti-Crystal.
Oh, too aggressive. Way too aggressive.
They definitely just went for it. Bomb comes out, isn't able to get anyone.
A sneaky snake.
Repeat
That
gets
was
two.
a good try. Yeah, Repeat does get two, and maybe... Is he gonna go for it?
Oh, he went
He's
for
going for it!
it. He got
That's
it.
4 kills!
Now he's
and he
getting
got res.
rezzed up.
Like, what's... What? How? Repeat, that's not allowed! Oh no. And I thought that was going to work out so well. Just being pressed at a pot shot, they got the picks that they needed. They were able to push forward. Yeah, they traded some, but they just needed to set themselves up in good position.
Repeat just gets pocketed by the Mercy.
Yeah, that was it. Because...
KTO falls again.
Oh, okay. Let's see if we can... reel things back in.
Noyu gets trapped up. You can't do anything except sit there and take it. Bob coming out. Nano boost on both sides.
He gets his own nano boost. And that's going to be really important because a sneaky snake, he might be overextended himself.
He's not able to move forward because of Bob though.
No, Bob is gone.
Victorian goes on and gets KTO again.
Yeah,
no, almost down.
Oh, great! Nano's going to get taken down. Victorian with the kill, but sneaky res. So,
Delicious able
right
to just
now,
heal back up. Victorian trying their best, but not pulling it out. Once again, Plat Chat, back to this door.
oh, Victorian was bad. So, you have a minute and 20 seconds back. Realistically, a minute when Vaporeon gets back and is ready to get into this fight. So you're looking at 1, maybe 2 fight territory on the B side. Finally, we have a Hanzo, something I love to see, but it's just maybe a little bit like it's had some impact.
Oh!
Oh! Okay, it also had some impact in the Repeat space. Can they stop the res?
They cannot.
No, they can't. And instead, they lose
Noyu goes down.
Oh! Oh no! That's so sad. Bomb
Gets two though.
Vaporeon!
Malcolm's got Sneaky Snake.
Okay. Okay, I was
They
about
finally
to be
have
so
control
sad.
here. With
Okay.
a little bit more heroics from Vaporeon.
That would have been the third first pick that Plat Chat got that didn't result in them winning the fight.
That is very true. Repeat though, has another tire.
Oh no, it's 3 a.m. Repeats in my room. He's got
Oh,
tire.
Apple's got 3
Oh
though.
no! Alpha's got a bigger tire. Oh, he got a big tire. Oh, Repeats isn't quite as big, but all supports are gone. Every single support is gone from this game. The only source of healing now is the card and Repeat. We've seen him clutch it before. Can he do it again? He's already got one, and he's trying to put pressure down. And the respawn surely favors.
Beat goes down to Vaporeon.
That's gonna be it. Vaporeon doing enough to secure everyone. Now the healers are back now. Might be a problem because look at that, a sneaky snake. He's nano boosted. He's swinging away. He's got control of the point, and he has
Dragons are coming in.
Dead
A little bit far away, but they're covering up the cart.
Oh, there's a charge. Who can't catch? Repeat now into the fight. He's doing some damage, but the sneaky snake's finally taken
Going
down.
up,
Bomb
Franchise.
thrown up. Anti-Crystal, is he gonna get another
Just
huge
gets
one? He's
It's gonna
got
get one.
one. Yes, no, but we traded some parts right now. And this is going to be such a difficult task. He could be up and down and on the floor, but he's able to trade himself out before a punch into an arrow. And now they've got 2-3 more people back, balls alive, and it's all about the Baptiste. Fish, can he survive? Yes, he can. He survived by the doing the rest of his team. That can't get on the point. It's overtime ticking away. The wick is burning, and I don't think the wick is long for this world as the map will go over. One Trick Wonders have their map win.
It is 1-1 with a draw. Oh boy.
Play of
Alright.
the
So we're looking at what? 2 more maps?
At least.
At least. At least 2 more maps. Potentially 3. Well,
double,
this is gonna be fun, right?
double.
And I told my mom, hey, I'll be ready. I'll leave in like an hour or 2. No, not gonna happen. Not going to happen at all.
Not a quick game today.
So we've seen everything except for a pure escort map. So now as we get back into the map types, we got to think about really what each team won. And One Trick Wonders winning a payload map, or more specifically an escort map, does bode well for them in the future. They got 2 real game types with the payload and payload control. They seem to do a bit worse on the control points, but that's really where I think we saw a lot of dominance from the side of Plat Chat. It was when they went to the King of the Hill maps, and I think that that's where they want to go, but no, they go to Dorado. Okay.
They will be going to Dorado.
Well, we go down to Dorado, and really, what do you think the win conditions are here for Plat Chat? Because we've seen a lot of aggression. Wait, the name's swapped. We're
Yep,
gonna swap
everybody
those
is
things.
swapping
Yeah.
over because One Trick would like to be defense now.
All right, for the first time in forever, we see the team swap. So, really, what are the win conditions here for Plat Chat? Because I've noticed that a Sneaky Snake is prone sometimes to overextending and getting caught out. And when he is, Plat Chat's doing a great job at capitalizing on those mistakes. We saw earlier where a Sneaky Snake just kind of said, okay, I can go for a shatter. Shattered, tried to kill Baptiste, and instead lost his life and his off-tank's life. Of course, they were bailed out there because of just amazing Junkrat play, repeat, keeping everyone alive. But ultimately, it's plays like that that can lose you the game.
It's very true. I mean, Alpha Omega definitely stronger on the Junkrat, but Repeat has the only and the strongest Doom in this game, very certainly. So we'll have to see. Dorado does give him a little bit more space that he could play around on that Doom with, but that first point, I'm not sure if they're going to run that Doom on.
Well, the first point is an enigma, because there's a lot of theory that goes behind what you want to do. Sometimes
Traveling to
teams
Iraq.
try to really attack that high ground. Sometimes teams just try to outright tank it.
Prepare to attack.
And the high ground advantage is so massive in the very first part of part A that oftentimes you don't want to give it up.
Extremely so. Because you've got that massive high ground, and then this slope right here is the killer.
Yeah, because it's literally an uphill battle. Trying to get through the choke, push through everyone, it can be tough. So,
And we're seeing Repeat on that Doom Fist.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
we are. And being a defensive Doomfist. Hello? Okay. Being a defensive Doomfist allows
allows for a little bit more flexibility on the attack because you are starting from the high ground. You can get in and get out
One.
a lot easier, and you get to set up your engagement. You don't have to
The payload.
plan for where the enemies are. You just get to target them and attack as you see fit.
Very true. Now, the interesting thing, Iggledy Bop coming out on the May here. May is something we saw a lot in the first half of the season, but we haven't seen so much since Huravan started coming in. We'll have to see how much impact that has, especially against the Pete. They've already had to push back and gotten to this place here, up the uphill ladder, instead of keeping that very nice point thing. The Pete coming back, going into the auto. Gets the sleep though.
Slept!
Falls for it. First Abyss gets the insane nade.
Nope.
You're there.
So, don't know exactly what happened. Sorry about that.
It's alright.
But this is what I do
And
know.
Matrix coming up for side of One Trick.
You know, one trick, we're still holding somewhat. We've got a nano boosted Baptiste, which I never thought I'd say in my life, but a Shatter puts at least one man on the ground.
Vaporeon quietly just taking all the people.
Yeah, all the people. Every people. All the people are gone. And point A cap now. So, 5 minutes to take point B. A little bit more if they want to finish the map.
A really fantastic first point take for Plat Chat.
Yeah, and what you have to watch out for now is, look at this. Iggledy Bop is, I was gonna say he's 10% away from his Blizzard, but now he's right click something to get to free. So,
Doesn't
only
need
matter
that,
of
he
time.
just has to be careful of anti.
He's gotta be careful of Anaheim, but he also has to be careful
One goes out to the back.
Bomb!
Gets the wish.
yeah, and now that conversation about the Blizzard is completely gone because it's now just a matter of time. How long is he going to be before
Anti dropping the bomb in desperation. Doesn't get anybody,
still
but allows
pushing.
KTO to take out the Rhyme.
That was cheeky. Really cheeky repositioning. Just KTO coming from a flank. And Anti-Crystal utilizing his ability to be everywhere, throwing up a bomb, isolating targets. Does a very good job of really letting the side of one team come back in this fight. Now he's got to worry about where that naturally goes. Look at that, a sneaky snake overextended. He's on the floor. Oh, quick pin. No you swinging his giant hammer, clearing space for the rest of the stage.
Once again, done off the back of an anti-nade. You splash the snake and you just keep swinging him down.
Yeah, an anti-nade and a nano boost. So the enemy team can't get any health, and you get to do damage. There's another Maywall. Nano boost attempted by a sneaky snake to do something to shatter from the side. Should do enough to secure the rest of the point, but a sneaky snake!
It's
That
just
was
a big
huge.
slam. We're able to stop it. 0.44 meters from their goal. And now, the long trip back to spawn has finally begun for Vaporeon.
Have a nice trip. See you in the fall. As Vaporeon comes back. Finally now. 2 minutes, and really we're waiting now. What does Plat Chat want to commit?
Alpha Omega wants to get the flank, but he's unable to. He gets spotted out.
Well, Alpha, he can pair up very well with an amplification matrix. And that's what at least one side's gonna do. And Blizzard used very aggressively, trying to just cover the entire point, which should clear it. Both catches one, but KTO, how much can you really do by yourself with an E-Leg in your face? The answer is not
Quite
much.
enough.
Yeah, so 3 minutes now. for Plat Chat to take the last one.
They are looking at 5 ultimates, just without the blizzard. Over on the other side,
Of course,
bomb coming up, and nano right now.
Nano Bomb. If the bomb did 10 damage, not even. Oh,
Bomb
there's
goes
the
out.
bomb. What does it
A
catch?
little bit misplaced, maybe?
Yeah, it hit the side. Now, Sneaky Snake looking very aggressive.
2 slams coming out from both sides. The Sneaky Snake gets frozen up, not able to get more than just the auto.
That was. There's so many resources right now committed. Oh, that's gotta be tough to swallow. If you're anyone on the side of Plat Chat.
And One Trick want
Staggers.
Dismay. They want Dismay dead. They're not going to be able to get it.
No, they won't. But at the same time, they still have potentially 4 ultimates going this fight. Yes, you lost Shatter, but that's one of the ones that you can lose. Well, this is more about Blizzard. Who else can you catch? Can you make sure that your Blizzard's going to have high value? And that's what you want to make sure. That's your focus right now.
AGL's down to the boss.
Oh, repeat!
Blossom gets 2.
It's 2! 3 for the Reaper. And that push is gone. Dead. Not happening. So,
Bebop once again able to escape with his life. Vaporeon as well. Needs that mech though.
more than needs it. He's gonna have to throw himself back in. They're waiting for this next engagement, but they haven't used many ultimates. That's been the biggest factor. Now they've got the shadow back. Is KTO actually getting chased? Not really. Blizzard, where does it go? Where is this first Blizzard? It's gonna be used
Blizzard is up
aggressively.
in front of the
Can
car.
it catch
Sneaky
someone
Snake
else?
is going down very low. He's able to be saved by the mortality field for now, but no, now he goes down. Vaporeon
Oh!
beats KTO's Blizzard.
Oh, that's huge! An absolutely hyper-aggressive play right there. Putting the Blizzard in, really focusing down his Sneaky. Yeah, you have yourself in the mortality field, but let's kill you and all your teammates around you. So, given that there's no chance at all whatsoever for a counter Blizzard when it gets eaten, well, that's just fight over.
It is, and KTO trying desperately to get Vaporeon out and out and out and tease him out, but Vaporeon just never took the bait and was able to still eat that Blizzard in the end.
Well,
We are looking for a pause here.
Wonder what's up. Someone's power went out, probably. All right, so we're going on for we're competing for the longest match of all time.
Maybe eventually, but not quite yet. I apologize in advance for the background music that's now been attributed to my voice.
Wait, what happened? You
My
have
roommates
background music?
are jamming.
I was gonna say, is this like the WWE? Where you like come out, you got like, oh, your theme song.
If only.
I'm gonna like come into the middle of the match, and you just play Roadhog as the third team. Just start hooking random people. Not gonna happen though. Instead, we get to sit here and watch Pause Time. Speaking of which, have you heard that great song, Pause Time?
I have not myself, but
Yeah, Vast made a song called Pause Time, and it is great. It is actually amazing. They're making fun of the Houston Outlaws right after they proceeded to do absolutely horribly first week.
yeah, with the multiple pauses that affected them in those matches.
Yeah, quite a few pauses, but you know what? It's okay. Because you're always gonna have some issues.
They're
Very
always gonna
true.
have some memes. They're always gonna have some
Ready
fun.
for battle.
We're looking for. Well, Double Widow, please. I want to see it. You love to see it.
He's walking with it. He's going with
I
it.
take it you don't want my autograph then.
And he is on defense.
All right. So, Alpha Omega, where are you gonna go with this Widow? Because there's oftentimes there's a couple of schools of thought. Oftentimes you can just be like, all right, I'm gonna play with my team, go in the normal spots and blah 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 blah. Right? That's pretty boring. You might as well pick McCree if you're gonna do that. Where Widow really shines, take these fancy off angles. Dorado has a lot of those. You see this right here.
3,
This is the prototypical angle.
attackers in
Waiting for the shot, but remember, you've got a counter Widow on the other side. It only just takes one man to come peek you, take you down, and he's seen. There it is. KTO predicting the most predictable spot. Now he's got free reign to rule over the entire rest of the map. With his long range, he should be able to control all of the site. Except now, just to be able to deal with him, at least until one man gets back. That's going to be the part, but he's getting pressured. There's a sneaky snake pushing his way in, ever so gradually. This is an uphill battle, no matter what. So,
Slam comes
Shatter.
down, gets 1, 2, 3, gets 3, and it's good. No you. Swinging through. KTO gets 1, which is no you. Also got Vaporeon's mech. There's no. That's pretty much. Alpha Omega finally gets KTO back.
yeah, he gets his revenge kill, so at least he's got one. So both Widows are 1 for 1 right now, but KTO assisted with the first pick. Yeah, or sorry, got the first pick, assisted with the second, and he's had so much more time to accrue damage than he has an infrared side, which means that Alpha Omega is going to be in hiding. And this isn't a good time for anyone to peek. The only one who can be even slightly aggressive right now is going to be, realistically, Sneaky Snake, but
Sneaky Snake loses his shatter.
oh no! That's so little bit too much. No use waiting for the bomb. Getting exploded in his face despite his best effort to block it.
Oh, Blizzard coming out on the cart. KTO falls to it. And the rest. Wow. Very smart on them to let them try and push up and in, and then just you toss that in the back.
Yeah, so you notice there, look at how far up Anti-Crystal died. And the rest of his teammates, if you look at the corpses, they're way past the cart. They were trying to take space, and then the problem was is that they separated from their team. And whoever was left of One Trick, or excuse me, Plat Chat just collapsed on the side of One Trick One. Just took them down, and now they've got a decent hold. I think 40 seconds left, there's still some time, but...
Bomb coming out behind.
Bomb?
Only gets the immortality
But
field.
repeat! What? Repeat catching two very quickly.
Gets Vaporeon in baby form with the trap. Sneaky Snake getting bobs. That's a lot of healing gone, but Andrew does still have a lot of healing on his own. Gets the the sleep dart onto Anti-Crystal. Able to keep up No You for a little bit longer.
Yeah, but Shatter. Enough damage should
However,
finally
they had to use Shatter. Now Vaporeon
He did.
just standing on the cart, stalling it a little bit longer. Niggly Bob gets the snipe out.
Oh, cool. KTO, that's so sad. Point taken out, and the point's still being contested. There's a chance here. No, okay. There's a chance here that the game will open, and the entire side of One Trick Wonders will move on to point B, and that chance personally is 100. There's still a brawl going on, but
No You
barely.
going all the way in. More so, Sneaky Snake going all the way in. They get Andrew for it, but they lose. Sneaky Snake.
Yeah, it's still 1 for 1, which can be okay, but now it's all about these sidelines. Again, another trade. The only benefit here. Oh, tired.
Repeat
It's
gets
all
three.
repeat. Oh no. Oh,
Jink, not a kill.
oh. Oh no. KTO!
KTO
He got
falls.
machine guns! He got machine guns! Oh no. Well, it should be Alpha free reign over supports. So miss a shot, come back. Blizzard is committed
Comes
now.
out, takes over the card. Nobody gets caught in it though.
And I'm not a fan of that Blizzard at all because you notice the entire team of Once and Wonders were in a position to regroup. And it's really catching like how to use the ult slowly. You gotta play defensively. If
Back
not,
and forth
you
here.
get run over.
Sneaky Snake is bombs though. And the Anno comes out onto the Mei, but it's just the Mei.
Yeah, it is just
And
great.
Vaporeon as well. Vaporeon drops the bomb? And remix. I guess
There
the
is-
rest of the team is coming back. They want to make this fight. They're
Yeah,
going for it. I'm not sure if I rate it, but they're going for it.
But here's the thought process, exactly that. Look at that. First of all, the Anticrystal going down. Anticrystal was pushed so far up that he wasn't really with the rest of his team. He got isolated and picked off, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
It works out, I guess. I do rate Vaporeon dropping the bomb just to get the remake.
Yeah, he's just stalling for time because look, it was there. Iggly Bop and Vaporeon. Well, the spawns are so much closer for the defense as Plat Chat. You saw them just sprint back, and now it's so long for any one of One Trick Wonders to get back that I think they have just one more fight.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, man,
Ultra Omega. Alpha Tracer, it's sticking with it.
Yeah, so it's
KTO off to the Ash as well. Going in very low. Pete takes out Bob first though. I believe Bob gets Anticrystal.
he does. And now look at this. The problem
Iggly
is
gets
you've got a
two.
tracer on your backline, focusing down your supports, your DPS.
Blizzard comes out
What's
on the
gonna
cart.
miss?
Sneaky
Where
Snake
are you
goes
gonna go?
down
You're gonna
for
go
it.
forward into a Blizzard
What's
or
the miss?
backwards into Tracer?
You've got
Either
20
good
seconds to make it back.
Good luck. KTO swapped the Tracer of his own. We've got Ball pulled out, and
Ball will be able to touch, but he gets left anti and he's down immediately. All he can do is touch. Beats Tire coming in.
Tire,
Gets one.
Tire.
Only. They spread out
Oh.
enough. KTO gets taken out by Alpha Omega.
yes, they can.
Big Slam gets 3, but the Immortality field is still up.
But the Immortality field is bigger.
It's not big enough.
Oh, Sneaky Snake. Oh, one clutch plays in the very end. The shatter window was very, very tight, but Sneaky Snake could fit in those windows.
Vaporeon stalling the card a little bit longer, but just Iggly there. Will be able to stall it out much longer. I don't know if they're going to be able to pull it off. It doesn't look like it.
Well, all they need to do is just touch, and there it is. So another minute and 30 seconds here for One Trick Wonders. As they've got plenty of time to make this fight, but at the same time, all it takes is just one from Plat Chat. Just one single fight from Plat Chat to throw everything on its head.
Very true. Ryan's brawling in the corner.
And they are. And it's all about the time.
KTO takes out
No,
Alpha
with
Omega.
the first pick, that's going to be huge. Because where are you going to dive? Look, that ice block's already been committed, so they can focus down this Mei as soon as she comes out. They're not going.
KTO gets Anjo. That's... Nades are
Yo!
down. Healings are
Where,
out.
where did this come from? This is killing
Immort is out.
Like, you just look at the heal feed.
Big slam, but Immort is still out.
Not enough.
Bigger
With his
slam.
Third pick of the fight, slams huge, catches 3.
But oh, he goes down.
What?
Vaporeon's gotten 2. Bobby gets 1.
Vaporeon from absolutely nowhere.
KTO gets Anjo again.
Okay, KTO had how many kills in that fight? 4? 5?
4. And One Trick still loses it out in the end.
That's insane. 10 seconds.
Anticrystal loses their mech.
Oh.
It's really rough. Sneaky Snake, ball on the point. Once again, repeating, coming with the tire. Gets taken down. Too much open space to cross.
Yeah, and that's
Big
the
anti-nades from
big
both
thing,
sides.
too.
KTO takes
That's
out
the
Anjo
hard part.
again!
KTO! What is this? How does
He
he keep
dies
doing
for
this?
it.
Finally, he's reined in and flashed and banged. And a blizzard onto the cart.
Pops the
Black Cat
field.
has good CC there. They're focusing everyone down, and they've got kill after kill. The kill feed is all red like the blood of One Trick Wonders.
Victory.
Flat Chat win this map.
So barely close, though. Going back and forth.
Play of the game.
Well,
Sneaky Snake will get the play.
it's not solution wise. He's to control what he did. So he got shattered, but what does he do after this? Versus some plays.
There, that's big slam.
Triple.
Big slam. Sorry, huge slam.
Huge
It's-
slam.
It's huge. Alright.
Alright, and with that, we are going right back to the beginning of our map order. So, which means we are going to be going to Ilios yet next.
Hey, Cilios, one of my favorite maps. Because you've got such a wide variety of map types. You've got the long range, open side that is ruined. You've got Lighthouse, which is the exact opposite. It's cramped with large vertical skies. But for the most part, it's centered around a big hole. Excuse me. Well, it is. Well, it is. And then Lighthouse is just that kind of happy medium. Not too huge, not too small, but the point's isolated. And if you want to take control of that point and fortify it, absolutely, go ahead. If you want to go for the high ground, same thing. It still works. You do you. But with the amount of variance that we have in Ilios, I want to see what this first map is and what does or doesn't end up getting played. Because that can be a huge difference between how teams actually want to play things. For example, Junkrat is not viable at all at Ruins, whatsoever. Take over, go to Well, go to Lighthouse, very different story. What if it's map 11? Oh no. It's map 11. I am officially retired. If we get to a map 10, I'm retiring.
That is very fair. Next map will be Oasis if One Trick wins Ilios.
Alright. Oh, we can't let the games go on too long.
That is the intention. Though at this point, we are the last game still going.
Are we? Okay. Well, we got a late one tonight.
That's very true. We are going on 2.5 hours.
Dang.
Nope, don't just an hour and a half.
Okay.
I knew something was wrong there.
Now arriving
I just lose track of time when I'm casting, you know, like...
Me too.
Prepare
Ooh, and we are going to Ruins first.
Select your hero.
Alright.
Well, we know what you want to see.
Yeah, totally. I'm a huge Mei fan. I think that she's very skilled in... No. No. It's really obvious. I want to see the Widow. I want to see the different angles
Ready
that
for battle.
players try to approach her with. We see it. Oh, there it is. And in all honesty, there's a little bit of a regret in my voice because normally I would want to see the Widow, but KTO's been so dominant on Tracer. Adjourn pays. He's gonna have nightmares for next week.
That's very true, and
About
For
KTO
the
just
first-
blinking into it.
for the first time,
5,
I think teams are slightly wishing they could play some Winston, because
1.
I could see One Trick Wonders just going dive on this map. KTO on the Tracer, repeat on the Doom.
Yeah, but you just can't do it here. It's just physically impossible.
That's
Or
also-
you're gonna send Diva, one Diva, and a Doomfist. If you even have the Doomfist, but Plat chat don't have Doomfist. Instead, They just have to hope that Torbjorn
Doom comes in.
deal enough damage.
Early immortality field gets taken down pretty quickly.
The objective is now
Yeah, oh, charge! Hitting, not you, but hitting cleared up very quickly. So Bob on the side, using his own immortality to keep himself up. Alpha. Oh, with a quick shot at the anti-crystal as he goes down.
Oh,
Not a
there
whole lot,
comes
but
the
a
nades.
shatter! Oh,
KTO. Nice shots. All the way back from here. Alpha Omega gets a parting pick.
yeah, but none of these picks really matter because you saw it was a 1-for-1.
much better.
Maybe if you would have gotten one earlier, but it just didn't happen. So, ooh, Oh, no. Alpha Omega, that's the worst mistake you can make. You gave away your position with the high up grapple hook, then you slow peeked.
Feet going in, gets holding on to Riparian and is forced to back out because of a nice anti-nade.
I like this a lot from a sneaky snake. Getting in, backing up at the proper times. The anti-crystal needs to get kills though. You can't have him connect like that. Oh no. He's gonna get taken out. But Meteor Strike from
Repeat
Repeat
gets 2.
should
No, you does have the nano. Words are hard.
Yeah, words can be hard, but what's even harder is defending a point without one point presence is not looking good.
Bomb coming out from Vaporeon just might want the remake, but going back and forth. I don't know who's winning yet. I think one trick will hold this. Maybe. Yeah. One Ana is not going to hold it, so she's going to take out Repeat. What an elongated fight. Here we are, we're ticking up to 90% now. Plat chat need to push in to make an opening here. Pete gets Alpha Omega though, but it's a big slam coming out. Morton Core gets splooged all over there. Trying to get one down and does get Sneaky Snake. Bomb comes out, only gets the immortality field. Pete coming back in, not able to get anything. And Plat chat will be taking this point finally.
Let's get started.
Time to raise my APM.
ATO is still hanging out on that Widow, even though he's now lost the defensive position.
No one can hide from my sight.
Alpha Omega gets first Abyss. That's a lot of healing gone. One trick, that might be their entire push just gone. No U wants to push up and take it. Sneaky Snake is going to deal a little bit of damage back, but they are going to be falling back. Even though KTO gets a pick onto Alpha Omega now. Repeat, looking for that push in. KTO gets early bop. That's 2 now for KTO. Really popping off on the Widow here. That's 3. And there's turret. No U, however, with the power of an amp field, takes out 2. Meteor Strike coming out for Repeat. Slam coming down onto Anju. That's no more antis and no more healing. Bomb comes out, gets Repeat. Vapor just out in the open, nowhere to go. And Plat chat will be keeping this point for a little bit longer unless KTO can take some amazing shots here. Going back and forth. Big splash anti onto Plat chat. We're not going to get any peeks from it. Charge comes in, gets Vaporeon, but Sneaky Snake, is that going too far in? I don't know. KTO gets Alpha Omega. No U gets slammed down, gets the wish, but isn't able to capitalize on it because Sneaky Snake is all over him. Bomb comes out, doesn't get anything. Guilty Bop now all over the point. 91, 92%, but One Trick Wonders are taking it back, and I don't think there's anybody here to go back and touch. Well, there will be Alpha Omega coming in to zip in just at the last time to start off overtime. Goes down, no U. Now on the ball. Gets slept, frozen, bopped, and booped. Going down quickly. Antied and dead. Bob's now. The next one to come trickle on in on the Moira. Trying definitely to suck someone off to death, but it doesn't quite happen. Vaporeon now dancing around on the point, trying to stay alive as quickly as possible. Already demexed and lost her baby form as well. Will they be able to touch this? No. They get moved back, and it is a point for One Trick Wonders.
Lights out. Defense matrix.
And we have a pause. Oh boy. Seems like 360 is having some issues at the moment, so we can wait for him to get back, but... Alright, pause just at the end of the map here. They have 10 minutes today. Normally it would be 5, but due to the issues that Blizzard servers have been having, we are extending that. Ah, and he is back.
Man, how long was I gone for? Because I was been casting over the entire thing, and I was like, "Oh, do you hear me? Oh no."
I haven't heard you since like 60% for Plat Chat.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, you got to think though. Plat Chat really did a commendable job though, fighting back.
They super did. They brought it back to 97, pretty much 99-99.
Effectively, yeah. Like it's such a heartbreak to go from 0 to 97 and lose the map. But again, it does show resilience. It does show that they're still in it because given such a large deficit, you have to overcome ult advantage, fight advantage. You can't lose a single fight. Everything has to be perfect.
That's very
so
true.
they've done a very good job of that. I think everything was pretty cold to start out the map, and they dealt relatively well with the absolute pop-offs that KTO is providing. Like, how many times did he just randomly just be like, all right, it's time to get a kill or 2 or 3, and just out of nowhere?
Definitely multiple times it happened.
So when you have that ability to bounce back from fights like that, really keep your tank line alive and still hold point presence, that shows really, really well for the side of Plat Chat.
Oh yeah, and I mean, the nice thing for them, they are still up in this series, so even if they lose this map, they have another full control to try and take it back with.
Right, and then you go to Oasis.
Then they go to Oasis, which we have been playing all season as a 2-2 tiebreaker.
Exactly. So Oasis is the map for everyone here's played Oasis. We've all gone to a map 5, hopefully, because those are the most fun.
Oh, certainly.
And I think at this point, if I'm anyone on the side of Plat Chat, that's exactly what I'm echoing into my teammates, is exactly that. Yes, okay, don't worry about it. Just play your game right now. Finish things up. Play this map out. Because it doesn't matter. We do have another map to go back to, even if we have problems. Whereas if I'm on the other side and I'm looking at it from the perspective of One Trip Wonders, hey, yeah, okay, we're down a map, but we just won this round relatively soundly without one or two mistakes. We could have won this 99-0. So you feel pretty confident on your King of the Hill abilities. So I think both of these teams have a reason to keep good confidence and really give their all in this next round, because it's not like you should be tilted right now. There's nothing to be too angry or too aggressive over, unless of course you're the guy that is the cause behind the pause time, in which case you just want this all to be over.
Yeah, that it is rough. I mean, yeah, Anticrystal valiantly held out until the end of this round, but now, only now, is able to get back. So, internet, not the most solid thing sometimes, but you're now back. We can, hopefully start getting back on and moving on to the next round.
Yep, hopefully. Is you ready? We're getting ours.
All right, we will be moving into the next round of Ilios.
Score 1-0.
1-0. And we can go to 3. So
it is going to be Lighthouse.
Yes. Ever dramatic light. Oh, where's your camera? All right. Let's get a nice shot of the lighthouse. There we go. Just perfect. Oh. Look at I've never noticed that. I didn't notice that it actually had a working lighthouse feature
There it
in the
is.
middle of the day. In the middle of the day.
Overwatch. Who looks up?
5,
I know, right?
3, 2.
But speaking of looking up, Platchat's gonna have to doing that if KTO stays on this Pharah.
The objective.
Yeah, they've got some options to
I
deal
will
with.
not waste
Eve is a
this
great counter to
opportunity.
Pharah. So is McCree, and May can do some pretty decent damage every now and then.
And even
So
Baptiste.
you've got, yeah, exactly. Even Baptiste. There's quite a few ways to deal with this Pharah, but most of the fight
He is the first one to
this
go down.
point.
Nice immortality field, keeping the rest of them up.
Bob is so
Andy Crystal
low.
gets a boop onto Alpha Omega, and KTO gets Bob's. KTO gets Andrew. That's both supports down.
Yeah, KTO doing damage to Mr. Is he gonna get that res
This
off?
just goes
First
to the
to miss.
fans.
That's illegal!
You
That
can't
should
do
not
that.
be allowed! Oh,
And they take the
no.
point.
Oh no! So that was off the back of KTO's silly plays, able to just absolutely delete Bob and Andro pays. And then whatever that res was, I never want to see it again. Because that was disgusting.
Truly it was. Repeat though,
That is
getting
the
pretty
equivalent.
low already. Has to go back to his team for healing. KTO having just free reign in the backline again.
How
Taking the
aggressive
bomb,
is it gonna be?
falls off. Alpha Mega gets first abyss though. KTO all alone without his pocket. Falls to Alpha Mega as well. Bob gets repeat. Big slam though, comes down, gets all four except for Andro Pays.
What else is the next line? We've got to be very aggressive here and then we've got to take down everyone, but instead, how about remember the Q's ultimate?
And Crystal just dropping the bomb, backing up again. Well, I hope that it was calculated.
I guess, but he lost the point.
Yeah.
He still died. And now they're going to fight a point where they... Oh, that's... Doesn't feel good. Of course, they committed some, but not a whole lot. You put a Shatter and a Diva Bomb. Again, we talked about them. They can win you fights, but they're both very inconsistent. The other problem, though, is you look at the other side. They're building up on a Blizzard, while both their support ultimates and their own bomb. So, we've got a lot that they can commit into this fight. It's just
They're
a
going
matter
on in
of
on the
what do you
point.
want to do.
Sneaky Snake
Oh,
immediately
first
gets...
click!
Ho ho ho!
Whoa. Oof. Okay, I made the fatal mistake there that any caster can make ever. Yes, I was right. Look at that. There were 5 ults effectively on the side of Plat, but how many of those ults matter if you're dead? KTO just said, I've got 1 ult, and that's better than all of your ults, because I will kill you.
And Bob, once again, goes down. Anjo on 1 HP, maybe 3. Nope, 2.
2 HP. Alright,
Sneaky Snake gets frozen up and walled off, though. The Immortality Guild able to keep him out for a little bit longer, even as Twitch. Oh, big slam comes down.
Huge slam.
First Abyss gets in on the action.
Oh, he
Whipping
does
out that
the
pistol.
Battle Mercy. Let's see, the difference here is that the Plat shot, there's
Taking
no
up.
angle back in. There's no real great way to get in. You have to go through repeat.
Vaporeon.
You have to do
Gonna
it
have to
Pharah.
touch. He's gonna be really close.
Got a bomb.
Oh, the Nano Boost Ryan charges in, able to touch the point just barely. Slam comes down, gets the wish. Another Chain Matrix comes on out. Crystal gets Bob's. Vaporeon gets first Abyss. If a Sneaky Snake gets no you, Wiggly Bob gets 2. Vaporeon gets 1, and finally it looks like that Plat will be taking this point back just barely. And repeat, goes slamming off the edge.
Ooh, there you go. But yeah, no, I mean, that was a desperation fight. Look at what they committed, but they still have control of the point. The only thing they need to worry about now is just that barrage. But now they've got Alpha Omega on a bit beefier of a hit scan. Because yes, McCree, he's known for being able to deal with there, but sometimes it's very hard to keep a shot
Sneaky
after
Snake
shot after
just
shot.
takes 3 shots before finally putting up his shield. Wolf generating that Bob already.
Have to see.
Feet comes out.
Look at all the different angles. Oh, repeat in trouble. He's gonna have to use the ice block. He now just keep press mouse 1, try to keep it.
Bombs
on
comes
the
up,
board.
falling down.
Bombs goes in.
And it gets
Who's catch?
Anjo. Snake slams it down. KTO Barrage raining from above. Vaporeon gets one and is able to remech, trying to keep this point alive a little bit longer, but it's not going to be too much longer. There's only one Diva and nothing there. No one there.
Well, guess
Just
what?
a ball, charging as fast as he can. One ball. He gets booped back!
Well, guess what, Zakar?
Victory.
We are going
Guess
to
what we have? Map 6.
map 6. Oasis.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, but a
Play
6.
of the game.
It's tied up 2-2. We had a draw. We're going to Oasis. Oh, rough.
Yep. Not for no you. Not rough at all for him.
No, not rough at all for no you.
So, here we go. 2 Oasis. This has to be the final map. It physically
will.
cannot be. It will be the final map, unless the forces of the universe cause a draw.
Yeah.
Or we just get, like, the endless fight. You know, like, the fights go on until the Blizzard servers close. But, again,
The year is
unlikely.
2236. Houston and Boston are on map 233. Blizzard has stopped making anything except for maps just to keep up with the pace.
Exactly. Oh. And they're still tied.
Okay, one trick is ready to go. Plat chat might want
Alright.
to take a moment. Here you are. One more control map, the third in the series. This is it. It's 2-2.
See, I thought I was going to cast a best of 5 here, but that's incorrect. Because I'm actually casting a best of 1.
True.
All that matters now, this game. Everything else that's happened before doesn't matter. What you do here and now. And what do we know, though, from earlier maps? Well, first off, we know that KTO is absolutely on fire.
That,
We know
especially
that-
on Oasis, that far is going to be something to look out for. Plat chat have to find an answer.
Exactly. But on the other side, what else do you have? Well, Alpha Omega, he's very good on Tracer. He's been able to take out First Abyss more times than I can count. And I think that it is a little bit not necessarily of a specialty hero, but he can use that to his advantage in pretty much any of these map areas or types.
Now,
The hero picks. Go ahead.
and now, I mean, and then for Plat chat, Anjo definitely getting those big names, needs to be able to keep getting those, and Vaporeon also needs to keep showing up on that Diva.
And he is, and he has been, but it's where are these big coordinated plays from Plat Chat?
Welcome to
Because
Oasis.
before, especially on Nepal, we really saw the use of comboed
Prepare
abilities
for battle.
and good timings, and we haven't necessarily seen
Here
as
we are
much
here
of
on
that
Gardens first. It looks like the Pharaoh will be returning to the game.
He's got to select it. Give him a minute. Hey, maybe he wants to play Symmetra.
You know, maybe he does. I'm not gonna diss it until I see it.
Ready for battle.
All right, not Symmetra. All right. So, Alpha Omega switching back to McCree. You've got to know, though, unless KTO really wants to play a Symmetra, he's going to come back with Farah. He's going to come back with
5,
the aggressive Sky Diamond at Pharmacy.
3,
And how are you going to change up how you deal with this?
round 1.
Because you actually have less people now. Actually, no, you have more people. You have an Anna. You've got an Anna, you've got Diva, and McCree. As well as Baptiste. And he can deal damage.
Baptiste, yeah.
So, have to see. But early high ground taken very
Bob gets low.
quickly.
Iggly Bob gets
Oh.
repeat though. Showed up on his own favorite hero.
He did. But Bob's taken out with
Go
a
for it.
fadeaway shot before KTO.
And repeat is
Take
just
it
rezzed
down.
up.
He is, but the kill feed right now is all
Alpha
blue.
Omega
So
did
where
get some
is-
good ish, but that's, I don't think it's enough to pull it out. He does get Anti-Crystal's mech though.
You know, but the respawns are going to be at the same time. So I guess Anti-Crystal has to just, I guess, go towards the choke point and start spamming down, regain his mech. But otherwise, good first fight.
Very good first fight for One Trick, and they are pushing forward and hoping that this goes well for them.
Happens to the best of us.
Well,
Vaporeon pushing
Really?
up on that Diva, that Mara.
yeah, really
Again,
only
pushing
one
forward,
ultimate
really
coming out
wants
right
to
now.
get it, but KTO still looking pretty at full health.
Well, Repeat's so low already. He's a quarter of his health left. He's still alive. He's gonna get taken down. No, he's at 20.
Free slam
Shot,
comes
it
to sleep.
down. No, you! Great shots. Oh, Barrage.
Raj only gets one. He gets another. But can one Pharah take this back? If they can, I'm impressed.
No, I don't think he can. Oh. Oh, he's trying.
KTO desperately trying to not die. Does not get to not die.
Sometimes, don't you hate it when you want to not die, but then you die? Keep trying. So,
One Trick now having
Go
to
back.
wait for those respawns and to get their Farm Mercy back up in the air. And they are now. They are rotating all the way around. This is a weird fight going on. Repeat gets Alpha Omega. Vaporeon goes low, has to retreat back to the rest of his team. Charging comes.
charge. Oh, shot an infinite charge. Did not much matter, because here's the meteor snake.
Oh, he gets a sneaky snake, but Repeat's popping off in the back
both
line.
support's dead. That's you.
First Abyss able to bring back Sneaky Snake. Bomb just gets dropped. Doesn't do anything. Sneaky Snake takes down Noyu. Alpha Omega takes out Sneaky Snake, but is quickly taken out by KTO. Anti-Crystal. Bomb comes out a little bit late. KTO still doing his darndest to keep this push alive. But here comes Flat Chat rolling on back.
He's trying to push down this choke point. That's been the goal. Just hold everyone at the choke right now because you have control of the point. It's in your possession. One Trick Wonder is doing a great job. How many hits can that take? Holy crap. Oh, one is okay.
KTO doing so much on this far. They're just not able to pin him down. Even when he's without the Mercy Pocket, they just can't pin him down to kill him.
At all. And now he's got Barrage, so they need to be able to pin him down where he needs to put an eye field down to give you more time to react. Because let's face it, that's something you're going to have to push him
Ampfield
hard.
comes out from both sides. Justice reigns from above, gets Alpha Omega, and Bob's Immortality Field, but doesn't get much else.
He got one. He got one and he survived. That's incredibly huge.
Beat goes back up. Big Slam only gets Anti-Crystal though.
Yeah, but this is just,
Vaporeon finally gets
fight.
KTO, and there's no res, but there's not enough of anybody else left.
They just can't. But there's not enough manpower, and that's going to be the first
Bomb coming
point
out.
going
Not gonna
over.
get anyone. Almost thought him get the Mercy there, but able to get behind the pillar in time.
Decent attempt. Repeat can keep punching.
Anti-Crystal gets Lily Bob from the top. Ball swinging around and around.
Yeah, the desperation ball strats. We all know.
Desperation Nano
We all
Ball.
kind of love them.
Sometimes you just gotta slam,
Oh.
slam, jam. Thank you, ma'am.
Is the stall over?
Tracer
No, the stall's
stalling
still
still,
alive.
barely alive. Igloo Bob comes back on that again. Immediately dies out.
Alright. There it is. There's the point finally. It took us a minute to get there.
One trick. They want this. They are hungry.
1-0.
Oh, you can be right.
One more round, and One Trick Wonders can take this.
For battle.
Can you hear
And
me?
look at that. It's.
Testing. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. Just in case. Alright, so another Pharah. Now Alpha Omega switch thoughts. If I can't hit Widow with multiple shots,
3,
let me just hit him with
1.
one shot.
Round.
Just one.
To the head.
Capture the
Yeah, just one.
One quick
Of
dink.
course. Of course, he's a little bit delayed. Maybe he just doesn't want to show himself first. Come from a different angle, but
Ooh, gets a hit on to First Abyss. Doesn't take him down though.
Yeah, you gotta
Alpha Mega
get those
going low
kills.
already. Gets healed up.
So, the problem is going to be there's going to be a lot more point presence from the side of One Trick Wonders. You have to be very smart about how they push this in. But look at
Omega
that,
takes out
Repeat
the Immortal.
throwing, he's throwing
Repeat,
people
trying to
around.
get Bobs. Not down yet. Sneaky Snake does go down. Anti-Crystal gets Bobs though. Alpha Mega gets the finish though. Are you gonna go for the res? No! Res goes down.
You can't get res. Yeah, you can't get res if you're dead, but again, the frontline pressure is just too much.
Even without a
Looks
Sneaky
like
Snake.
right now-
It's just no
Actually,
you
no.
against the world.
Yeah, no use the stick. He's all that there is. He's gonna get punched into a wall, he's gonna get focused, and he's got the performance.
Is he gonna take one down on the way out? And then a bomb comes out for Vaporeon. Still stalling out that point. I can see why, but I don't know if it's the right time. Sneaky Snake does not want anything about this one.
Oh no, absolutely nothing. Again, stall has been for so long that this is easily another fight that the Plat has won themselves. Like, yeah, I know
It'll be a
it's
5v6 fight, but yeah, they did win themselves another fight. They weren't able to group up quite enough though.
Like, honestly, One Trick Wonders should be at about 25-30% right now, but instead they're at 10. Just because of how big that stall was.
Alpha Mega now onto the Ash. Maybe Bob onto the Reaper. Meteor Strike comes out.
Oh,
It will be an aggressive one, probably.
aggressive.
No.
No. He's out. He just wanted to leave. So, lots of healing now. Moira and Anana. They're waiting for pick. I don't know what the plan really is to deal with KTO on Pharah. If they go through the choke point, they're gonna get punched. If they extend past the choke point, they're gonna get Pharah Barrage. And exactly like that, there's the barrage.
Ooh, got to sleep onto KTO though. Is it enough? Not
They're
quite.
gonna kill him. They can't kill him. They can't do anything. Instead, what we see is Vaporeon gets mad.
Hammer goes down. Alpha Mega and Vaporeon fall. 61-0.
Blackjack just don't have any answers.
Your stall is
Like,
great, but stall means nothing if you can't kill.
Yeah, like, how are you gonna get the kills? They switch back, they switch to a Reaper and a McCree. I'm not sure I'm liking this. This is where Lucio would be super great.
Bob coming out.
They just don't have
Weird
that
placement.
spirit. Bob-
Gets Andrew for it.
What? How is
Hammer
that
goes
legal?
down. Sneaky Snake falls for it. The charge into Oblivion brings First Abyss with him.
And this is the fight right now that Plat has to win. They've got to keep. They do have numbers advantage.
Vaporeon just dropping the bomb again. He wants his mech back already. KTO goes down to Bob's.
So we are going to see a 99-0 here, regardless of what else happens. But I think that at this point, Plat should be able to clean up the rest of the fight. They need to target Ryan. If he's able to get back, so he's not even a contested point. It's once again back to the wall. 99-0. But at the very least,
Ults are
you
not
don't
in
have
favor
to
of
get through the
one
trade.
trick.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with KTO near as much anymore because he's not going to be keeping you at the door. And now Repeat's coming in aggressively and going into you where McCree has the potential to deal with it.
Playing a little bit Spirit. Pharmacy going way back around. They either need to collapse on Pharmacy or collapse on the rest of the team. And they do neither, and they pay for it immediately.
Oh, that could be disastrous, but first it was going down, KTO is down instead, so 2 kills right back to back.
Nano Moira.
Lessons from Bob
Working out.
should keep everyone alive. The point's still moving. And
Not
still
super-
ticking.
Not super clean, but if it does the job, which it sure did. No you on the ball. Is he gonna be swapping back? No.
He's just playing ball now.
Okay,
So
that's a
Shatter
choice.
will land. Shatter will land.
Sneaky Snake has all the time and the place in the world to just slam the hammer down.
Oh no, but you can't do that. First Abyss is losing a member now. And
Oh,
now
they
they've got
finally they collapse on the Farm Mercy. Exactly what they needed to do. And they're running out of time. Farm Mercy's gonna get back, and they're gonna have one more time.
Look at this. Look at how aggressive they're being. No,
They're
you.
just without the Farm Mercy in the air, they're able to do that. Oh, Barrage is up. Valkyrie is up.
It's 90 seconds though. There's literally last fight. This is last fight territory.
This is.
Shatter's available, and all that he needs to do is press it on the
Goes with the slam, and he gets bobs. Just bobs.
Yeah, but Bob's
Immediately
goes down.
falls.
He trades his own life for him for support, and now she's going
And Crystal gets Alpha Omega.
Fiesta. Oh, Immortality feels thrown down.
Billy Bob gets one, Vaporeon gets one.
Two.
It's two.
Plat shall keep themselves alive. At
Bomb
the
comes out, gets
last
Wish
hour.
and the mech. Will anybody be able to get back in time? No.
Oh,
1-1.
in the 11th. In the 11th hour.
Round 3.
Plat shall keep themselves alive.
Score 1-1.
Oh. So, it comes down to not even just a best of one,
Ready or back.
but a best of one inside of a best of one. Or best of three.
And
Oh.
well, you can sure try to play Pharah, but this ain't your Pharah map.
No, this is not the Fire map at all. I've seen it been done. But at the same time, I've also seen Genji's of all things kill Faras here. So, this is not the map. This is not the map. Place nor time. Bring it out, and you don't see it. Instead, we go to free Reaper and
May junk.
May jump. Yeah. And another big switch is Bob has been doing work on Moira. Just the increased amount of healing has allowed for Moira point presence, and just the uptick of No U, allowing to withstand the aggressive
No,
pushes.
you gets walled off immediately though. They're barely able to keep him alive through there, but he immediately gets anti as well. He's able to turn around and slam
What?
Pete in
No
the back,
U!
but the rest of them
That
are
was
just
insane!
everybody's all over the place. KTO takes out Alpha Omega, No U takes out a Sneaky Snake. Looks like Plat will be taking first point here, but a big anti onto
Tanks are
the
just getting
tanks
melted.
again.
Oh, anti was great, but it just wasn't enough to keep it up. Yeah, you saw
That's
right
two
there.
people though, all alone. If they really wanted, they could go collapse on him, but they're not going to. They're gonna let them just have that corner for now.
Well, where are they going?
No,
Now they're
no
dropping.
use
They-
going
they want
down
it.
to get them from behind. He gets slept.
He's asleep. Oh, alright, so I guess the problem is that they lost their line. There's no main tank here, and now the fight's just
No
so
use back
stuck
up.
that- Yeah, no use back up, but what more can you do? He's
Hammer goes
fine,
down.
fine.
He
So
dies
Shatter!
immediately, but Shatter barely gets No U. And but yeah, no. What? But Bob's still on the point, and Vaporeon's still on the point. Bob's finally goes down. Just Vaporeon on the point now, but stalling it out. 34-35.
And Vaporeon's going
Iggly
to
Bop
hold
back
the
on the Reaper as well, looking for a little bit more ult charge and stall it out a bit more. And the walls him off. Iggly Bop has to rage form out.
Oh, they're gonna commit to
Nano
this.
comes out,
Yeah,
solo
dude.
shatter onto a
What?
Sneaky Snake.
But
Hammer. That's one scary tire. Gets Alpha Omega, but doesn't get the Rhine. He's able to turn around the shield in time. Nano gets nothing on the other Rhine as well. And Iggly Bop goes down to Anticrystal. But Coalescence has come out, and First the Best goes down for it. Hammer and Blizzard getting pretty much nothing. Blizzard only gets No U.
Top of 3, that's huge. That means the book should be going over to Plat, despite the fact that we saw Blizzard. We saw a shatter, a blizzard, like literally everything. Oh, one trip, one.
They are able to
blew
recap.
their entire load. They blew everything, and instead Bob just said, "Let me just use the coalescence and kill 3 people."
You know?
What?
There's sometimes you just gotta do it. DPS Moira has its place.
It does. So 70% now.
Vaporeon has bomb,
It is.
and they got a Nano as well. They're all rotating up to the high ground.
One
They
trick
just get that
wonder.
rotation for
Better
free.
pull that
KTO
trick
gets
out
Bobs.
now. That could be that trick.
Repeat.
But
Taken down by Alpha
yeah.
Omega.
Too aggressive.
Alpha Omega gets
Way
one
too
on
aggressive.
Zwedish as well. Even without bombs, they're able to hold this. Bomb comes out just so Vaporeon can remake as usual. That's okay.
Oh,
It's 94, 95. it's not even last fight. It's just last staggers.
It is. Like, there's no
Hammer
fight
goes
here.
down, gets
Oh,
two, and
shatter.
overtime picks four. Plat chat in the last hour.
Oh. There it is.
Oh,
Shot win it out in the last point of the last map of the last series of the night. Everything will close up.
Oh my
the
gosh.
Valiant effort.
Both of these teams so evenly matched. What a match we had tonight.
Well, what a match we had indeed. So.
Wow.
Oh, all right. It is now 4 a.m. and, but it feels like it.
All right. Wow. And as is tradition for our casted games, I believe it is time for us to do a quick interview of one of our winning players.
If
Anybody you've got an opinion on?
I would be partial to know you. I would like to talk to know you.
We can do that. We can do that indeed. Plat Chat would like Eagle to do the interview, and that's fine by me.
Eagle.
Alright, we will move Eagle Debop to casting booth 3.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh my.
Yeah. So how do you feel? Because I was saying in the middle of the game, right? Because all right, we've gone to map 6, but really it all came down to a best of 1.
That is
But
the
then it came down to-
happiest I have ever been. Like, I'm not gonna lie, we looked down and out about halfway through that second round of Oasis, and it was a state of I sat everyone down, I said call targets, when we call, we win. We started calling targets, brought it back.
And you won.
Oh, never been happier.
What a series.
That was amazing.
So how did you try to deal with KTO? Because he was an absolute monster.
We knew that he's going to play off angles and take flanks, so our only hope was that we had to keep watch on his angles. We tried to send the diva as much as we could to just deal with him if he went on an off angle.
Yeah, I think I noticed that very turning point where one time one trick split and just cornered you and took back the point, but the next time they tried that, you're just like, no, KTO dies.
Yeah. We knew he was waiting for a barrage, so we just kept someone watching.
And
Oh, and he died. Lasted so long and now dies at the very end. That's okay. Let's see, what else do we want to hit? Oh, he's back.
sorry about that. I'm not the only one with connectivity issues today, but sorry, I was going to say that Auntie wasn't the only one with connectivity issues, but yeah. So how was it after map 5 when you lose a King of the Hill map and then go to another King of the Hill map? How did that feel?
It felt a little rough just from some people on the team, but it more came down to the fact that we were able to identify if they keep playing what they played on the previous King of the Hill map, then we're just going to be able to beat them.
Okay.
And he did, in the end.
Yeah.
So you had some interesting ideas out there. I saw you a lot on the Reaper, and there was definitely some times that you tried to flex toward Doomfist or Junkrat. So tell me a little about your hero pool tonight.
Well, the Torbjorn is more because, well, I come from a background of primarily being a Doomfist one-trick. I had to learn how to play other heroes for this league, so I know how to shut down Doomfists. The Torb was more an idea that Doomfist and Genji have very hard times dealing with his turret. So the Torb was often to just try to shut down Repeat, because we knew from scrims Repeat was going to be running Doomfist. The Mei was more just, she's really strong right now. There's no reason
She's
to not
really
play her
strong.
if we have a
You
chance.
played her most of the first half of the season.
Yeah, I went back to jail. And the Reaper was just, we knew Doomfist was going to dive our backline towards the end of Oasis. If he goes in, you just turn on him with Reaper and 2-tap him in the head.
Fair enough.
As for the
So-
Junkrat, Alpha just has a great Junkrat, and we just want shield break. We want to just kill the Reinhardts as fast as possible, because that gives no U room to flex on opponents.
That's definitely true.
Yeah.
So how,
And
how,
I was gonna say, oh, go ahead.
how often do you have to keep No You from going too far?
Very rarely. He actually has a really good sense of when he needs to get out and when he wants us to leave with him.
Oh, that's
He's very good at telling us when we need to leave. He's, I think, the main reason that we came from being bottom 2 to competing with the top 2.
And I gotta say, you did a very good job dealing with the opposing Ryan, because I'm sure you know just how aggressive Sneaky
Yeah.
Snake was.
Well, we were expecting Vantage, who's even more aggressive, so we had prepared for Vantage. When we realized it was Sneaky Snake, we just decided that we could go even harder because he's not their starting main tank. So if we just push him even harder, he's going to be out of his comfort zone.
That is
Right,
fair.
so, given that you're at the top of the league right now, how do you feel going into your next games?
Geo next week? I'm not super worried about Geo. They haven't been having a great time. Just noticing the way that they've been playing. They're seeming a little off. We know that if we just keep what we've been doing, it's not going to be a problem for us. And Rio, I mean, they're looking better. I'm hoping they get a win at least, just not on us.
That is always fair. But yeah, I'm really glad to see you guys, Plat Chat, finally turning it around before the end of the season this time.
Yeah, we got 3 wins.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right,
It's-
well,
it's nice to be not at the bottom without any wins.
that is definitely fair.
All right, well, thank you.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, no, thank you very much for coming out tonight. And you put on a hell of a show. So, you have a great night and just go celebrate your victory. You and your team has deserved it.
Thanks, guys.
All right. That was the match. What a match it was.
That was. So, yeah, any final parting words?
Not particularly.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Well, my name's been Tree60 No Scope, and you are?
I am Zakaro, your Novice Division Coordinator. We'll see you
All right.
around.